Yes, Mr.A and you boxing junkies are back at it in the boxing rehab, the double RT boxing show, the Ready Talk Boxing. Now, just filling ourselves up with boxing junkie information, boxing talk. There was a fight I really wanted for Clarissa Shields. I tweeted it, she responded it. I don't know who the fuck she is, but she could get it too. This was about 8, 9 months ago. I made the video. I made the thing. This is when uh, Clarissa was first announced to fight Zazaban or Hazaban, whatever her last name was. So right around that time when it was being announced that she was dropping down to 154, I was like, hey man, there's only one fight Clarissa Shields needs to do because I'm a big fan of Clarissa Shields. But as a boxing fan, I talk boxing. I like to talk it, and the debate. The only thing right now, if someone wants to sit here and say, "Oh, fuck you, Mr.A," why is Clarissa Shields doing this? I can really kind of have nothing to say because there is sometimes she's not beating as many champions. She's beaten Adler. Well, she's beaten Adler. She's beaten um, Hammer. And who else? What other champions did she beat? I don't think she beat as many champions as belts she has. Now, yes, she's taken some unification bouts, so that definitely helps. But like I said, as a fan, I'm just being fanboyish and just trying to nitpick and just stop all the fucking uh, shit I have to debate against. So it's just fanboy shit. But overall, like I said, she got some championships. But I just, as a fan, I want her to stop the fucking vacant titles because she took two vacant titles with the Hasband loss. I mean, win. A vacant diamond belt with Hammer, a vacant WBC middleweight with Rankin, two vacants with Hannah Gabriel. You see what I mean? She's beating top people. Vacant IBF with Nikki Adler, a vacant silver WBC with Sydney LeBlanc. Now I get it that the division ain't that big for women, so there's a lot of vacants, but I'm just saying she's won a lot of vacant titles. So when I heard she was going down to 154, I was like, fuck, dude. As a fan, fuck fighting Hannah, especially when Hannah got hurt, or I mean not hurt, but that whole trainer coach thing. Definitely from that point, I thought when she first made the fight, she should have just said, "Hey, I'm going down to 154." Okay, you could say, "Mr.A, she needed to get accustomed to the weight." I get it, but this is the GWO. Fuck the weight, just the GWO. She don't need no adjustment fight. That's what she says. She's the GWO. So fucking going down to 154 and fighting Havana for that vacant ass belt. I made the video saying, why don't she just ask the IBF to put, like, say, I want to fight Marie Eve Declare for her title, and put, since these belts are vacant, the WBC and the WBO, since those titles are vacant, put those as well with Marie, and me and her fight for three belts. I was like, oh, like, why not do that? And since you're gonna get these vacant titles, you might as well fight a champion as well. I that was just me being super fanboyish of boxing, and then as a fan of Clarissa, I would like to see her do something great, or beat a champion who I do hold Marie as Clarissa's best opponent out there for her. I think the skills. There's no one who uses from what I've seen, the opponents in her like top six she can choose from. There's besides the rematch with Hannah Gabriel's, there's no one out there using the ring like Marie. Like she kind of uses it like Hannah. You can kind of say those two guys, two girls. Excuse me. No one uses the ring like her. She has counters, feints. She's confident. A good fan base in Canada. The only thing she does lack 17-0 with no knockouts is she doesn't sit on her punches. You know, so it's gonna be interesting to see how that happens. Excuse me. On this fight, what intrigues me so much about this fight is that with her movement and her counter punching and her combinations, will that will Clarissa Shields be able to track her down, cut the ring off, and set punches? Because as we are seeing, Clarissa Shields is slimming down. She's sitting down on her punches, throwing harder, throwing straight shots, which she's very good at. But with the movement of her Declare and Clarissa Shields, if you watch her fights, she lets them go so much. She has a tendency to square up. You know, she throws a lot of arm punches. She's not throwing with her hips. Clarissa is still in that phase with throwing with her hips. Maybe John David Jackson switched it in this next camp, implied it. But from what I see, she still throws a lot of vicious arm shots. So if the movement of Declare is not quite letting Clarissa's feet be set, how hard are those arm shots going to be without no hip power? So I'm interested to see that. I'm I'm interested to see because Marie does with her movement and her combination counter style, she tires the second half of the fight. It's just like so much moving. You do tire like kind of like Keith Thurman. When Keith Thurman chose to move, he tired every fighter tires, but you could tell when they're like overdoing it. You guys get the gist. You guys get the gist. And Marie, will she overdo the movement with adrenaline rush, a nervousness? Will she do it just perfectly? Will Clarissa Shields be handcuffed because she can't throw the punches? When she does throw the punches, will she overreach and miss? Will there be home pressure from fighting in Flint? You know, will there be you know, so far Clarissa has handled it. You know, and we will talk about the subject. You know, will Clarissa handle the subject? I mean, the topic or the pressure of fighting in hometown against a champion, and will that champion be a white girl? You know, Hammer. Everyone didn't look at her white because she was fucking German. You could tell. You know, this Marie looks like a white girl. I haven't really heard. She speaks French, and I don't think she speaks English, but she looks like that blonde hair, blue eyed white girl. So will that be pressure, not to Clarissa Shields, but will the crowd, the atmosphere, the neighborhood put pressure on her? Bernard Hopkins, I'm not losing to no white boy. You know, you can say it's stupid, but it's out there. It's out there. The pressure of losing to a white fighter is out there. So will that pressure will it jump on Clarissa during bout when the movement starts? Like, okay, I can't set my feet. I can't get a clear shot on her. Will the heart start pumping? So, like I said, am I overthinking this? This is just fanboyism. But hey, this is the Ready Talk boxing. So I'm just talking talk. There's no fights. Everything's postponed. That's why you came here, because you're a boxing junkie. Welcome to the Boxing Rehab, the Ready Talk boxing show. So I'm interested to see in all those little aspects. You know, will she handle the pressure, the footwork? Can Clarissa Shields' feet be set to show punches? Will she be throwing with the hips now, or is she still arm punching? Will Marie do so much? I think Marie's gonna start off hot. I think she's gonna start out hot, and Clarissa's gonna have to catch up in this fight. Now, is she gonna be able to catch up? Will Marie fade in the second half, and will be trouble once she start fading? Because she won't have the power to just sit there and bang with Clarissa Shields. Not too many people do have it, but plus with the combination and speed, because Clarissa is sharp, throwing straight down the middle. Hooking and all that gets a little away from her, but down the middle, those arm throwing punches, she's deadly. Now, she's not quite throwing with the hips. That's why I think her hooks are a little off. Now, the second half, will Marie fade, and will that power be her doom, or will she be able to just keep it afloat, moving, making her reach, counter her? It's a lot. It's like a lot of variables I want to see in this fight. The feet work I'm going to be watching. Clarissa Shields' hips I'm going to be watching. The punching, counter, Marie I'm going to be watching. I'm very intrigued by this fight. Leave a comment down below. Are you excited for this fight? Do you think Marie has a chance? Do you think Clarissa's going to steamroller? Just what do you think of this fight? I'm very, very excited. Thank you for your time and support.